What up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a FiveM server using a VPS. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, get a VPS. I recommend Rocket Node because they have the best DDoS protection and their prices are affordable. So for this tutorial, that is what we're going to be using. So to do that, first go to rocketnode.net, VPS hosting, and choose the plan you want to use for your FiveM server. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the intermediate VPS. But I'd recommend for bigger communities, anything from premium on, depending on the size and how you want to grow out and scale your community. So now what we do, we're going to click order now. Perfect. And OS type. Okay, for this tutorial, we're going to be using Windows. So operating system, we're going to put Windows Server. OS type, Windows. Configure server. For the host name, we could put whatever. I'm just going to put s.net. Root password. This is going to be the password you use to log in. So I highly recommend putting something that's secure and that you'll remember, of course. I'm going to click continue for that. Okay. Now we're here. And if you don't already have an account, you're going to click create new account and put all your information in. Agree to TOS and check out. But I already have one, so I'm just going to use PayPal, CAPTCHA, and agree to terms of service and check out. Okay, guys, I will be right back with you after completing the payment. Alright, guys, I just completed the payment and my service is now active, so let's go ahead and start actually working on the VPS. So we're going to click your active products and services. We're going to click on the VPS. Okay, once we're here, it'll load. Okay, perfect. This is the panel where you start, stop, shut down, change password, anything practically functional with your VPS is controlled here. So we're going to scroll down to IP address. We're going to copy our IP address. On your computer, go to type here to search and look up remote desktop connection. And we're going to paste that IP right here. Click enter. Look how fast that is. Username is going to be administrator. And the password again is going to be that root password that you set on your checkout page. So we're going to log in, don't ask again, and click yes. Perfect. Brand new VPS. Load. First time it's going to bring up the server manager. That's just because it's your first time booting up the VPS. And we have one thing in here we have to configure. But besides that, we are pretty much good to go. We're going to click File and Storage Services. We are going to click Volumes. We're going to right click, delete this volume. And then the C drive, we're going to right click, extend to the max size. Let me also just say, the reason my background's not loading is just because I have it on modem speed, because I'm getting about 50 megabit per second internet right now. Worst internet I've probably ever had. So that's why my internet seems horrendous. Anyways, so now let's configure the firewall. So in the type here to search in the VPS, we're going to type Windows Firewall with Advanced Security. And this is basically how we open the ports so our FiveM server can be ran. Inbound rules, we're going to make new rule. Port. TCP, we're going to do 30120 and then a comma space 40120. Next, 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 and then just name it FiveM. Now let's do it again. Port. This is going to be UDP, but it's going to be the same thing. 30120, comma, space 40120. Enter, enter, enter. FiveM. Perfect. So now on the outbound rules, same shit. We're going to be port, TCP, 30120, comma, space 4120. But here we're going to have to tick allow the connection. And then same thing. One more to go. Okay. This is going to be UDP 30120, comma, space 4120. Enter. allow connection, enter FiveM. Perfect. So now your VPS is pretty much fully configured to run a FiveM server. Now all we have to do is actually just install the FiveM server files. So to do that, we're going to bring up our handy dandy FiveM docs, create your own server, host your own, and we're going to do, we'll set up with txAdmin. Let's copy this link into the VPS's Google Chrome. Perfect. Okay. So now we're just going to download latest recommended. Oh, let me just say, let's get two more things out of the way. Let's install WinRAR and let's install Notepad++. I agree there. Again, it's a fresh version of Google Chrome, so you're just agreeing to do. Okay, perfect. Please go. Okay. Look how fast that is. I mean, these VPSs are unbelievable. Alrighty, now we could open that server file out of that for our BS. Open your file explorer now. Go to this PC, local disk, and we're going to make a new folder, name it FX server, like I just did. We're going to double tap open it, and we're going to drag these files in here. Okay, perfect. Once that is done, we want this to be accessible from our desktop, so we're going to right click, create shortcut, and then drag it right to our desktop, and then just name it FX server again. Perfect. So now we could access it right from there. Okay, so we got basically all the default programs out of the way. Now we just have to configure txAdmin itself, which should not be difficult. So let's launch this up here. As this is launching up, I'm trying to get my keymaster open so we could get a license. Google Chrome, always use this app. Go. Okay, perfect. So we're going to click link account. This should be autofilled. If not, all you're doing is typing 8836 into that box. Okay. Now it's going to ask us to log in, which is the fun part. Well, I think I have. Let me just see what my account is. I think it's. Let me try my affiliate. Okay, well, let's try this. Anymore. Oh, but maybe this will work. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. Alright, we should be good. Sorry about that. I guess we're now using a. I don't even know why this says this, but. Alright, so we're going to create our backup password for txAdmin right here. I've read and agreed to the CFXRETOS. Create master account. Perfect. Once that is done, we're going to click next on the first step. Server name, we're just going to change to FX server. You can name it whatever you want your server to be called. Next, deployment type. We're going to use popular template, and we're going to just use the CFX default for this tutorial. And we'll just rename it to base server, so it's easy. And go to recipe deployer. So from here, we're going to click next and license key. This is where you go to keymaster.fivem.net/register. Display name, I'm just going to name it test. Initial server IP address is going to be this one right here. So let me just type that in my other monitor. Perfect. Just like that. Server type, VPS, provider, rocket node. You are not a robot, I don't think. Verify, generate. Perfect. So let this load, and you're going to get your license. Again, depending on how slow my internet is. But we're going to paste that in, run recipe. Perfect. We are done. For t-shirt. Yep, this is all good, all good. Save and run server. And now you can access it in txAdmin and on the live console itself due to the fact we set it up with txAdmin. Perfect. So you're going to see yarn install down here. Just ignore it until it's done and be done. That's sad. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, server started. So let's try to join on our computer from the VPS. Well, not from the into the whatever. You get what I mean. All right, let's update FiveM, I guess. Okay. Great, let's load any day now. Perfect. Okay, so now we're just, for the sake of the video, we're just gonna F8 connect to the IP because we didn't set a name on the server and I don't want to go through the whole server list looking for it. But so you're just gonna put your VPS IP in here and anyone should be able to connect because we ported the VPS and it's on. Perfect, look at that. And again, some perks of using txAdmin is you could add admins through the panel and they get an in-game admin menu. Super cool. Let's load in. Hey now. That was pretty fast actually. My internet. And now we're in. This is a base FiveM server, but you know, you can add on to it, add whatever you want. You know, I have other videos that show you how to add scripts. It's similar process. And that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed. This was how to create a full FiveM server on a VPS. Thank you and have a good day.